What's up? What's up? What's up? And we are back with another episode of the Agents of Chaos podcast. I am your host, Scott Anderson. I'm here with my co-host, my brother, Brandon Anderson. And we are back again, man. We are back. How are you doing, brother?
I'm feeling
How
good,
is it
man.
out there in the Sunshine State?
Always nice out here, bro.
I know
Always
that's
nice.
right. It finally got nice out here, man. It's actually 58 degrees. Cats running around in tank tops and shorts with the roof down on the cars. Like it's nice out here for a little bit.
And look, we had jackets on yesterday because it was 58 degrees at night.
Oh, no. 58 puts us in shorts over here on the east,
Not
baby.
me. I mean, I'm cool. I like it. I'm having a t-shirt on or whatever. But
Right.
it's 77 now.
Oh man, listen. And so I was doing a training session the other day, and the kid that I was training, his dad's a huge Green Bay fan, and he found out that he knows that the draft is in Green Bay. Well, my man hit me up like, "Yo, I'm already getting geared for it. Like I already know I'm gonna see him at the job, man. He a huge Green Bay
Yeah.
fan. Shout out to him. He's looking forward to that. And in talking about that, we do know that the NFL Combine is this week.
Yes, it
NFL
is.
combines this week. They're talking about that. That's something we can touch on. But there's something I did want to touch on with you. There was a game that happened last night.
There was a game.
There was a game that happened last night, and it was between the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Big. It was. Man, listen. If you didn't get a chance to watch that game, for all the fans out there, y'all missed a good game. It was everything you wanted the NBA game, like a game like that to be. It was must see TV last night. Kyrie put on the show. LeBron and Luca put on the show. It was literally probably the best game that I've seen so far this year. One of them. I mean, I know the Cavs and the Celtics. I mean, those games are good because those are good powerhouse teams. But this has the storyline behind it. You know, Luca being traded and
Right.
then being back. Now the Mavs were shorthanded, somewhat to some degree.
No
I
AD.
I listened to it, and the people that they were missing Derek Lively, they was missing Daniel Gafford, they was missing Anthony Davis, obviously. All those guys bring different pieces, but they're all the same position.
Right.
So relatively, the team that you saw is going to be the team that you see on the floor most of the time. Now, obviously, those other guys can contribute in different ways. Later on, obviously, AD is a all world talent, but unfortunately, this is par for the course for him. He's usually hurt and hurt the first game he played. I'm not. It doesn't make sense for the Mavericks. Definitely makes a lot of sense for the Lakers to have for that trade to go through. But
Yeah.
it was a good game. But just from my takeaways from the game last night,
Sure.
um, I'll tell you this much: basketball players can play with basketball players. We said this before, and watching LeBron and Luca play when they were on the floor at the same time. Luca right now is not 100%. If anybody thinks that he is, then they don't know basketball. He's not 100%. He's probably about 70%. He got to get work himself back and get in
Yeah.
shape because he's been off for almost 2 months with that calf injury.
Yeah.
But when you watch them two play together, and then when one of them is on the bench, you don't lose a facilitator.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing that I'm noticing for the Lakers right now. They do not have a good bench. Their bench is spotty at best. I think Dalton Connect he's a rookie, so what can you really expect? But ultimately, if those other guys, the other guys, if they can just make a few shots, which is
Yeah.
what happened last night later on in the game, then the Lakers are going to be a problem because
Yeah.
everybody was talking about how bad their defense is. Well, at 40 years old, LeBron James is the is graded out as the seventh best defensive player percentage wise, and Luca had 2 steals and 2 blocks last night in the first half. So the problem that teams will have with them is that the Lakers have two bona fide stars that can get their own shot and that can create shots for other players.
Right.
So if you're a basketball fan, a player, you would love to play with Luca or play with LeBron because you're going to get open shots. It's just
Right.
how the game is. You're going to get open shots. Um, and Dallas is a good defensive team. They're very good defensively. And the Lakers kind of had their way with them. It got close. It was tied up towards the end of the game. fourth quarter. But Kyrie put on the show too. Kyrie was balling. That kid Max Christie's gonna be all right. Klay Thompson actually was hitting shots. He ended up with like 19 points, I think. But in the end, LeBron took over at the end of the game, like he typically does.
He did what he did. He does what he does.
He
Absolutely.
did what he did. He had a couple key putbacks. There was a good 2-man game with him and Luca. They just kept passing the ball back and forth, back and forth,
I
back and
saw
forth.
that. I
And
saw
then,
that.
and
Yeah,
then,
it's like
and then
pick your
Brian hit a
poison.
three. And then
Yeah, it's
Brian
like
hit
pick
a
your
three.
poison. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just
Yeah.
it was a great game to see. It was really refreshing. And I'll also add this before you go.
Yeah.
The refs, they missed some calls. They really
Mhm.
did. But they let them boys play. Things that would typically be fouls on a regular day, they were letting them be physical. They wasn't letting them get away with bad shots because they're trying to get contact. And I loved watching that game.
Right.
Again, probably the best game I've watched so far this year.
I got you. I got you. I saw some of the game. I didn't see a lot of the game. I have to admit to our fans and our followers, I have become addicted to Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies and multiplayer. So you will find me there a lot more than in most places. But
I
I did
downloaded
watch
that by
some.
the way.
Huh? What's up?
I downloaded it by the way.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
So but I did watch some of the game and then I watched some of the recap again this morning. Um, my first take on it is I cannot believe that what's that man's name? The owner,
Well, it was Mark Cuban, but he's not
Mark
the he,
Cuban. I know,
he's
but
not
I'm just saying
he's not the majority owner anymore.
true. But I'm like, he has to. I'm like, you should have said more, man. You're on Shark Tank. There's no way you make this trade. There's no way you make this trade.
He didn't have any say.
No say at all. Okay,
No, he didn't have any say at
then
all.
I would track. I would track what I was going to say.
Yeah, he
This
didn't
was
have
the
any say at
best
all.
trade
That's what I
for the
thought
Los
too.
Angeles. This was the best trade for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah,
Right, best trade for the Los Angeles Lakers.
yeah,
I do understand that if that the game was an intense game. I would love to see when Luca goes back to Dallas because
yeah.
he didn't want to leave Dallas.
Right, right.
Right. So for AD, let's say even if AD did play, when AD coming back to LA was like, we wanted you gone anyway. So it's no big thing. On the other hand, Mavs fans woke up like, what do you stop playing? Like, are you joking? Like
Yeah,
it's not April Fool's yet. So I would love to
yeah,
see once he goes back to Dallas and see how he feels going back into that building, being back in that arena, and see what type of emotion you get from him there. That man might mess around and put up 60. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Truth be told. Truth be told. But it was a good game. It was a good matchup. I know in the fourth quarter it did get a little bit tighter with the score and stuff like that. But the one thing I do want to highlight, and I don't know if anyone has highlighted it, and it has nothing to do with LeBron, AD, or Luca. Kyrie Irving has to have the best handles I've ever seen in the NBA. And
Oh, there's not
since
question.
I can't I don't I want to go far back as Pistol Pete, maybe even throw in, a little bit of Tim Hardaway. You know what I'm saying? But I have not seen a handle like that. The way he can control the ball, the way he moves on the court, like it is crazy. I don't think he gets enough credit for how he's mastered not only the game of basketball, but his position and what
Yeah,
he does. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Kyrie Irving is a monster. That's why when they got Klay Thompson, I was like, that's a dangerous team. When you
yeah,
have Luca, you have Klay, and you have Kyrie, I'm like, that could be a dangerous team. And then they go and take one of the major pieces away, and
yeah.
then you get a piece that's still, you know what I mean? You get more from Luca than you do from an AD. You know what I mean?
Right.
But seeing Luca on the Lakers and the way once him and LeBron get more chemistry together, I don't know if anyone else said it. I'll be the first one to say it. You could have added at least maybe 2 to 3 more years to LeBron's career if he chooses to, because he won't have to
Yeah,
be that guy that has to do everything every single night.
for
Like you
sure,
said,
for
on the
sure.
field,
Yeah,
like one, LeBron could hit the bench for a little bit, and Luca could still be just as effective. Brian could hit the bench. I mean, Luca can hit the bench, and you know what LeBron is going to give you. So if
yeah.
LeBron chooses to, he could be like, man, I could play with this dude for at least another 2 more years.
Oh,
You
easily.
add longevity to his career when you bring in someone not of his caliber, but close enough to where it's like, hey, yo, Brian, take a game off. If you know what I mean? Like I got this. Don't worry about it.
They're gonna
I
play.
can do the
They're gonna
job.
play together. They're gonna play together until LeBron retires.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So,
That's just gonna be.
I mean, it was a great game to watch. I'm going to be more locked in to see when he goes back to Dallas. But I am glad that, like you said, like they let them play, they let them get after it. But yeah, man, it was like the little bit of it that I saw, it was just good to see them out there. You know, him and LeBron get building that chemistry, and I think the rest of those guys will come around in time if they're just not sitting there stargazing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They can't be star watching. You know what I mean? You got to get to your spots. You got to still do what you got to do. You picking rules and all the other stuff. You sitting there stargazing though. You know what I mean? It could be trouble, but I don't think that that's something that's going to happen. They're both leaders, and this could make them a dominant force in the West too.
Yeah, I think, and because the West is so jumbled up, I think that they have a really good chance. I'll touch on how far to go. I just want to add this in about the
Sure.
handles statement that you made. Like, if I had a higher, and I don't know, not in any particular order,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
top five handles that I've seen in the league, and I'll give an honorable mention:
Mm-hmm.
Rod Strickland,
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, Steph Curry, uh, like you said, Pete Maravich, and Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
And my honorable mentions would be like a Kenny Anderson from
Okay.
the Nets back in the day. People sleep on Kenny Anderson. His handles was ridiculous.
And Nick Van Exel was nice with it too.
Yeah, yeah. Nick Van.
Nick Van Exel was nice with it. Yeah,
Oh,
he was nice with it. The more that I'm starting to think about it, he was nice with it with the handle boy
yeah,
too. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But just I'll ask the question: how far can the Lakers go? Like you said, I think they can be a top. They can be a top seed in the West because the West is so jumbled up. Now there's a big gap between number two and number
Mm-hmm.
one because OKC is going to be the number one seed. Now, can other teams catch like Memphis, who's right now number two? Denver's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Houston's up there.
Yeah.
Then you got the Lakers. And I think that the gap between the Lakers, Houston, Denver, and Memphis is like this. I think that the gap between OKC and the Lakers is more like this. But come playoff time, it's back to this.
Because it's
I
a
don't,
different LeBron James. It's a
and,
completely different player. He
and
doesn't
it's a
play.
different
Yeah,
Luka. It's a different Luka Doncic.
yeah, yeah,
Luka
yeah,
led everybody in everything last year in the
yeah.
playoffs when they lost in the finals. And I'm what I would not want to if I was any team, and that's including OKC. If I was
Yeah.
any team, I would not want to play Luca and LeBron in the playoffs.
Right.
I just they have that what we saw as a Patrick Mahomes factor.
I got
That
you.
Patrick Mahomes, all your eye test will tell you bet against the Chiefs, bet against the Chiefs, bet against the Chiefs. But because they got Andy Reid, because they got Patrick Mahomes, you say they're probably going to win, and that's the feeling that you kind of get with LeBron and Luca, especially after the performance that they had last night, the
Right.
performance they had a couple nights ago when they beat Denver 123-100.
Yeah.
They held Jokic down. I just feel like that team if you and JJ Redick, shout out to JJ Redick because doesn't get enough credit. He's a great he's looking like he's going to be a good coach in this league. And if you look at how Darvin Ham started the first two seasons, way behind what JJ Redick is doing in his
Right.
first season.
Right.
So the Lakers could be formidable, man. It'd be interesting to
Yeah.
see the playoffs. But this
Yeah.
next month and a half, we're gonna see these next 2 months. We're gonna see where all the teams shake out because this is when those everybody has to play. All the positionings make a difference, and I'm interested to see if Golden State is going to stay in the spot where they can be in the play-in. And right now, the Lakers won't doesn't look like Lakers going to be in the play-in.
I got
You know, they're fifth right now. Play-ins go 7 through 11,
you.
and I just don't see the Lakers having to be in that situation. I think that they can be. I think they can be in the top three at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, man. That's going to be something to see. I mean, this is one time you won't hear me say this team will go as far as LeBron takes them. You know what I
Nope.
mean? Because when you have
Nope.
a Luca on the team, it's not as far as LeBron. As far as this team can go, it's as far as this team can go. Only you can beat you. Like it's one of
Yeah.
those situations to where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys have the pieces in place. Like you said, everybody has to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to be healthy and keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, man. Why not? And they could go all anybody could go all the way, but I do see them, you know what I mean, making some noise. And plus it's hard for me in most situations to bet against a savvy veteran in situations like this. When you do have don't get me wrong, the younger guys are cool to have out there, but when you have a guy who's been as many times as he's been, it's just a different level of preparation. It's a different level of understanding. No different than when I found out, which blew my mind, was when Tom Brady was going to the Super Bowl. He moved his family out of his house for 2 weeks
Oh,
or
I
a
don't
week or
know.
something. Yeah. He told his wife and the kids, "I need y'all over here so I can prepare." That's a
Yeah,
different level. That's why you have
a
7
different
Super
level
Bowls.
of preparation.
That's a different
Yeah,
level of preparation, and I think you get that from a LeBron James. I don't know
but
what his preparation step is, but he has a different level of preparation. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
so to add a Luka to that, you know what I mean? I think that's going to be hugely beneficial for them in going in the future and also the rest of the season.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. We'll transition. I know I brought up Patrick Mahomes, so we'll transition to the NFL a little bit.
Speaking of
Um,
Patrick Mahomes, the Eagles beating him so bad he got a new hairstyle. He got his hair cut in Philly after.
I saw.
He
I,
got his hair cut in Philly. My man got the low taper. I told you, you don't need the dreads. You
I
don't
did.
need
I
all
see
that
that. I
foolishness.
saw that. That was
Get the
funny. I
low
saw
cut.
that.
My man
He
came
had
to
a new
Philly.
cut. I
My
saw that. I
man,
was like, "Yo,
yo,
look."
he came to Philly on to Kansas City and left with Nami. I'm
Hey,
trying
man,
to
he
I tell you,
definitely.
yo, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but yeah, go
I
ahead.
thought that was funny.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, transitioning to that. We're gonna let's discuss Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
And some free agency. I heard some free agency news. Man, it's all over. I'm getting so many things. I got my notes here.
Yes.
So many different
Yes.
things that's happening with free agency. But we'll start
Right.
with obviously the biggest name, Miles Garrett.
Right.
When the NFL Combine started, it starts Thursday, but
Yes.
everybody's preparation and interviews and all that stuff started today. I started yesterday, so you saw a lot of teams, a lot of players, coaches gave some interviews. So I was watching a couple of those. And then I saw the Andrew Berry, I think his name is Andrew Berry, but he's the GM for the Browns. And his
Hmm.
first statement was, I know like, I'm going to address the Miles situation. We're going to be looking for, what he talked about what he was looking for in the draft, yada yada yada. He said, we're not trading Miles Garrett. Yeah, okay. That just means that whatever you bring to the table is going to have to be substantial enough to
Yes.
move them off the spot of I'm not
Not
trading
trading.
him.
I'd never believe when they say I'm not trading. Yeah, you would. If the
Well, you
money,
have to
if it's on the table,
you
you
have
would
to
do.
say that. You have to say
Yeah.
that because Miles is you don't do a player like Miles Garrett like that who's been in your organization for several years, who's just looking for an opportunity to win, and you're not in a position to do that.
Yeah.
Everybody, even though I joke and I tease the Giants, the
Right.
Giants couldn't do anything with Saquon Barkley. He would not have had the
Absolutely.
season he had last year if he played for the Giants.
Right.
And but the reason why it looks so bad is because of what they were saying.
Yes.
And compounded on top of that, you pay Daniel Jones, and now he's not on the roster. So
Right.
that's why that
Right.
situation looked as bad as it did.
Right.
Because probably didn't have to leave the Giants. But
Right.
for us, we the champs. So thank you for that. We love you, Giants fans. Anyway,
Absolutely.
but you know, I'm a betting man,
Yeah.
and I'll be on DraftKings and the FanDuel and all that stuff right now, prop bets and the prop bets right now. The two top teams looking to land Miles Garrett, and I want to get your take on it. Then I'll go too. Top team is Washington, the
Yes.
Commander. They're plus 350. All my betting heads know what that
Mm.
is. And the Eagles are plus 400. They're
Jesus.
they're second. So they're the second.
Eagles don't need no more pieces. Stop. I'm sick of this. I'm stop. No. 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 Every Eagles fan, anytime a top
Warning.
player gets on the if it's Miles Garrett, if it's Debo Samuel, if it's Micah Parsons, my one boy always hit
I
me up,
don't
hey,
want
he
Debo
coming to
Samuel.
Philly. I said, y'all don't need no more pieces.
I
And
don't
the
want
crazy
Debo Samuel.
and the
We
crazy part about it is here's the thing. First thing I say, man, how y'all gonna pay all these people? And then I think we're talking Howie Roseman. He gonna pick up the gold phone and somehow, some magical way,
how we
he
how we
gonna
gonna
have money.
make it
That's
happen,
why to
bro?
this day I firmly believe Howie Roseman knows where Jimmy Hoffa is buried. And anytime he need money, hey man, you want me to leak this or no? All right, then go ahead and make that happen. Because the things that happen with Howie on the phone, come on, come
I
on.
feel like hey, I feel like when Howie gets on the phone, hold on.
Oh
When
my
when Howie,
God.
when Howie gets on the phone, this is what Howie do, bro. This is what Howie do when he get on the phone. Howie be like this. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what we need. What's it gonna take? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How we got a bag on somebody, bro?
He got to. He has to, man. He has a black book that's about just this thick with all the world's secrets in it. He know everything about Area 69, all
Yeah,
that stuff, bro. He
yeah,
knows every Area 51. I'm sorry,
yeah.
Area 51. He knows he has to have something. There's
Wait,
no way this man
did you just
moves
say
like this.
Area 69?
I'm not cutting that out.
Brother,
I'm leaving
what
it.
is Listen,
I'm in
what
51.
are
I'm in
you doing?
51.
What are you
Jesus. I
saying,
don't. Hey,
dog?
look, he might have the Diddy book. That could be the 69. He might have the Diddy book. We don't know, man. He got something on somebody,
Got
bro.
the Diddy
He
book.
got something on somebody. He got something on somebody. There's no way that this happens. There's no way you land two running backs the way he landed them like that for nothing. There's no way you get an AJ Brown for nothing. There's no way that you win enough games to go to the Super Bowl, then still be able to pick 10th and pick half, or if not all, of Georgia's defense. Because you traded away Carson Wentz.
Got so many picks for that.
Unfathomable the way that this man can move and maneuver on the phone. No to Myles Garrett going to the Eagles. That's enough. You can
Where
you
would
can
you like
block.
to see him?
Look.
Why
They
would you like
blocked
to
the
see him
trade. They
go?
blocked the trade in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken, with the Lakers and somebody else. Block this, man. Come on, Stern. Hit the button, bro. Like enough is enough. Don't do it.
Hey,
Send him to Washington. Send him to Dallas. You know
Davis,
what I'm saying? I don't care.
David
Like, you know
Stern
what I'm
hit
saying?
David Stern hit that button when Chris
Oh,
was trying to go to the Lakers.
yes,
So,
he
so
hit the
now,
button.
now Roger Goodell, you
Hit the
want Roger
button,
Goodell to
bro.
hit this button, man?
Hit the button. Hit the panic button. You worried about banning the tush push. You need to worry about banning this damn trade if that happens. Don't worry about banning no damn tush push. Damn a tush
Okay,
push.
okay, but hear me out though.
Nah,
Hear me,
I ain't hearing nothing. We running out of time.
hear me.
We
Nah, no, we not. Hear me out. Hear me out though.
uh
Okay, so
uh
this is why this works for the Eagles and why I believe Howie's gonna make it happen.
uh-huh.
So if Milton Williams walks, which he's probably gonna let him, we're gonna let him walk. He's gonna command 20 million a year. If we let Josh Sweat walk, he's gonna command 20 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Brandon Graham's gonna retire. Darius Slay is more than likely he's gonna get cut by us.
Mm-hmm.
James Bradbury's probably gonna get cut
Money.
by us.
Money on the line.
And shout out to Slay. I love Jerry Slay. I think he's a great player, big time. Whenever the time was needed, there was some times during the season I'm just like, man, Slay, I'm getting beat on that. I saw it happening,
Right.
but he deserves another year if he wants to play. I don't think he should need to take another pay cut. He's a
Mm-hmm.
champion now. If he wants to go back and go play in Detroit for a year or something like that, more power to him. I just don't think he's worth what we would have to pay to keep him.
I
And then
got
we
you.
guys like Keely Ringo and Isaiah Rodgers that we can move into that spot. So with that being said, Miles Garrett is going to come to Philadelphia. Book it. I'm telling you, Miles Garrett is coming to Philadelphia. He's going to be a Philadelphia Eagle, and
Oh man.
everybody's going to be sick about it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he is going to want to go to a team where he can win.
I
He's
got you.
going to want to play in a system where he can flourish. And this type of system is so disciplined. And
Yeah.
all he got to do is hunt. He don't have to do nothing else but hunt. And he can also use his athleticism, which we don't get to see a lot, because Vic Fangio will drop the DN sometimes to go in coverage. And Miles Garrett is an athletic freakazoid. If we let Milk and Sweaty walk, we can have the potential for compensatory picks
Yeah.
because we're losing for them in free agency and we're not
Yeah.
signing. So we get two compensatory picks in 2026 for that.
Right.
If we got the draft capital, it's just going to be a matter of what does Cleveland want. You want 2 ones? I'll give you first this year. I'll give you first next year. You want that? That's fine with me. Now,
That's because the Cleveland Browns gonna be picking 32nd then. Because if they get Miles Garrett, they can go back to the Super Bowl for the next 2 years. Of course, you don't mind giving that shit up. This is not like y'all gonna be the first overall pick in the next 10 years. course, here. You know what I'm saying? Like, take it. I don't care. You know, we're gonna
Hey,
be picking
that's
in the
just
low 30s for the
that's
next
just
3 years.
for them to stockpile picks and use it for draft cap or whatever. But I'm saying,
Oh my
give
God.
trade them Kenny Pickett. They need a
Right.
quarterback.
I
Then
got
they
you.
can
Okay.
draft a quarterback to try to develop them.
Right.
I give them Kenny Pickett. I even Tanner McKee, but I don't think they would take Tanner McKee just because he was the third string. And
Right.
I think it's more like an insult if you do that. That's why I'm offering Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett deserves a starting job. I don't think he got a raw deal in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Give Kenny Pickett, send Kenny Pickett, and I'm sending you two or three, either two players or two draft picks. If they'll take Bryce Huff with the contract that he has and take some of that dead money, give them him. I'd give them the first this year, and I'd give them a second round in 2026 or something like that. I'm not giving them a first and a second this year. If somebody's willing to give them a first and second this year, by all means,
Take it.
then
Take it.
go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
But if that's all they want, I still might do it because the Eagles got three picks in the fifth round. They have no
Mhm.
picks in the sixth round, no picks in the seventh round. They got picks in the second and third and fourth, and they got three picks in the fifth round and the first, and we got a pick in the first right now. So we got one round through five. So I'm willing to give them first pick in this year's draft because any edge rusher that you're going to draft, you still have to develop, and there's a learning curve. Miles Garrett's coming to the Eagles, bro. If I'm him, where else would you want him to go?
If
Listen,
listen,
listen.
you're hearing it here. If Miles Garrett goes to the Eagles, I'm copping the jersey. I'm going to root for the Eagles all season long. Like it's
You,
that's going to be crazy, bro. That's going
you
to be
don't
wild.
want him to go to Detroit.
Yeah, go to Philly.
Okay
Yeah, go to
then.
Philly, bro. Stay
You a
out of the
Bears fan.
NFC
You
North. Stay
don't
out of
want
the
him.
North. Stay
You
out
don't
of the
want
North, Mister Garrett. Unless you want to come to Chicago, stay out of the
him.
North. That's it. All right,
Like
so we got to
you don't
wrap
want to
this
book
up.
in. You don't want to book in Miles Garrett with Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, no, 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 no. Now you just gave me
Okay.
nightmares. All right, so we
Now,
got to wrap this up.
okay,
All
cool. But
right, we
real
got to
quick,
wrap this up. But go ahead,
I
real
just want
quick.
I just want to add this on real quick.
Yeah,
Uh, for just another team to add on. Um, the Bears are looking at Nick Chubb
yeah,
possibly coming to the Bears. I think that would be a nice fit for him. I like Nick Chubb. I think he's going to be a great. I think he needs somebody else to run with him that's good. So
yeah,
DeAndre Swift already being there,
yeah,
I think that would be a good thing for him. Um, we're gonna be doing a combine. We doing the combine live, right? You got
yeah.
time to do that? We're
Yes,
gonna be doing the combine live.
yes.
So tune in with us on that. I think we'll go live when we're doing that just to give reactions and stuff like that. But just to add on this question, even if the Eagles don't get Miles Garrett, what's the chances you think they repeat? And who's the best team in the NFC you think would knock them off?
Right now they are going to I think they are going to repeat. There
Okay.
is not a team that is close to them by a what is it by a parsec? Is
Yeah.
that what it is? It is you know what I'm saying? There's
Star Wars
there's
reference.
there's not a team close to them in the NFC. I don't care if you want to bring up Detroit. I don't care if you want to bring up Washington. I don't care if you want to bring up Tampa Bay. I don't care if you want to bring up Minnesota. Whoever you want to bring up, there's no team that is close to them, barring any injury. And like I said before, bringing in anybody who wants to mix the sauce all up and do all this extra stuff. Keep what you're doing, and then if they do add a Miles Garrett in there, yes, they're going back to the Super Bowl. The AFC, I don't know. I
Yeah.
have literally no clue unless someone allows Patrick Mahomes to get a receiver and a running back to help him on the offensive side of the ball. Then I
Yeah.
would definitely say you're probably going to see a rematch or another repeat of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I've said it before. I've even heard Shady McCoy say it. The best team in the NFL won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Period. There's no
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah.
That's it. Leave it. There's no more to it. Like when the Lakers were in their dominant phase in basketball,
Yeah.
there was no one close.
Yeah.
On any level, on anywhere, like they're going to go back unless they do something amongst themselves to sabotage or shoot themselves in the foot.
Right.
I see the Philadelphia Eagles back in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah. I'll just add this last little tidbit, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you wrap us up. But I thought about this when I was driving home and I was talking to one of my boys because we all in a group chat we have this Jordan LeBron debate all the time.
Right,
Eh,
right, right.
It's just for fun at this point the way we be doing it. But this was the best thing for the NFL because the best team won.
Yes,
So now we can and it goes back to LeBron. To me, Patrick Mahomes was in that LeBron type of situation. LeBron was in the East and he did not have the best team.
right.
He was just the best player.
Player. Yes,
So he got to
yeah,
the finals, and when he lost to the best team.
yes,
And that's what happened with the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost to the best team. I think it's good for football because it shows you that being the best talent, being the Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes does not mean you will win. It
yes,
does not mean you have the best team. And
absolutely.
I just want to leave it at that. I just think that it was good for football to have the Eagles be that, and I'm happy to be the NFL's villain moving forward at this point.
Listen, football is the ultimate team sport, brother. I promise you,
Absolutely.
it's the ultimate team sport. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. That was a another episode of the Agents of Chaos podcast, and we're going to be coming with you with a lot more stuff. You can follow some of the snippets on my TikTok at Scott the Coach. On TikTok, I put little snippets up there so you guys can see that, comment, engage, let us know what you guys think. Um, Other than that, B man, I mean, we can set up for another one later today. I get ready for this combine tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna do it.
All
Let's do
right.
it. Let's do it. All
That's
right.
it, man.
See you,
Signing
bro.
off.